Hello everyone. Namaste. How are you all doing? कैसे हैं सब आप? Yeah, today once again we are starting an interesting journey to understand energy inside with the help of mudras. है ना? फिर से एक बार हम हमारे शरीर में जो ऊर्जा है, जो एनर्जी है, उसको फील करने का एक इजी वे, इजी टूल हमें पता चलने वाला है. दैट इज द मुद्रास. हाँ, तो एज अ Marma practitioner and the Mama teacher, I really believe in, stimulating something in the body with the help of doing something on the fingers, and which can help to create that profound effect for ourselves. How मिलकर एग्री विद इट कि हमारे शरीर की जो ऊर्जा है उसको हम अगर सही तरीके से चैनलाइज करना सीख जाते हैं और जान लेते हैं तो हम अपने शरीर में स्वास्थ्य की अनुभूति कर सकते हैं. So with this note, welcome you all, everyone over here for this wonderful journey of Mudra science. And I am Kanchan Hatwar. I'll be hosting this for 5 days with all of you, and also I'll be learning with all of you. हम आपके साथ में ये wonderful science को explore करेंगे. And with me, we have our expert Premlata ma'am. Let me just
Namaste.
Yes, let me add her into the spotlight with everyone, and let me share a little bit about her. Yeah, so Premlata ma'am is a spiritual teacher and the healer with 25 years of experience in this field of healing. In the area of he does the Reiki, pranic healing, mudra science, and also spiritual counseling for the people around. You can also reach out to her for the same. And as someone who is passionate about the spiritual knowledge and wisdom to share with everyone, we also like to take benefit of it. Yes or no? Right? And let's dive deep into the mudra science for ourselves and see how these simple mudras can help us out for bringing change in the help and feel healthy. So not wasting so much of your time, बहुत सारा समय ना लेते हुए, I would like to hand over to Premlata ma'am to take us through this wonderful journey of experiencing the energy inside us. हमारे अंदर जो ऊर्जा है उसको अनुभव करने के लिए वो हमें गाइड करेंगे through the mudra science. Yeah, so yeah, over to you ma'am.
Thank you, Kanchan.
Yeah, the class will be in Hindi and English both. बीच बीच में हम हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे, बीच बीच में इंग्लिश में भी बात करेंगे, बट मोर और वी विल टॉक इन इंग्लिश ओनली. ज्यादातर हम इंग्लिश में ही बात करेंगे. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, so namaste once again to everyone. I'm really happy that so many people, इतने लोगों को इंटरेस्ट है हैंड मुद्रास में. ये हमारे ऋषि मुनि बरसों बरसों पहले छोड़ गए थे, लेकिन बीच में बहुत इसकी चर्चा नहीं होती थी. तो मुझे ऐसा लगा, ये मैंने सोच सोच के मुझे ये समझ आया कि शायद जरूरत नहीं थी सत्ययुग में और त्रेता युग में इसकी इतनी जरूरत नहीं थी, और आज जरूरत है. इसलिए शायद इसके प्रति मोर एंड मोर कॉन्शियसनेस हो गया है. तो अब हम सबसे पहले ये समझे व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ मुद्रा. मुद्रा कम्स फ्रॉम द वर्ड मुदित. मुदित मतलब मद हैप्पीनेस, जॉय, एंड द्रव्य मीन्स टू ड्रॉ हैप्पीनेस. तो मुद्रा का मतलब हुआ जिससे हमें खुशी मिलती है, एनीथिंग दैट गिव्स अस हैप्पीनेस. सो मुद्रास इज एक्चुअली अ वे ऑफ लाइफ. हम रोज के जीवन में यूज करते हैं बट अनकॉन्शियसली वी डोंट रियलाइज कि वी आर यूजिंग सो मेनी मुद्रास. जो आप देखोगे इन 5 दिनों में आप खुद ही समझ जाओगे. मुद्रा का मतलब ऑल्सो इज अ सील और अ लॉक. So what we are doing is we are locking this energy within us. How we do it and how it happens, I'll explain in due course. अब मुद्रा जो है एक कॉमन वर्ड है, इसके अंदर में वी हैव योग मुद्रास which you are doing every day, adhara mudras, shira mudras, various other mudras, and hasta mudra is one of them. हस्त मुद्रा के अंदर भी वी हैव नृत्य मुद्रा, नाट्य मुद्रास, देन वी हैव पूजा मुद्रास. उसी में एक है चिकित्सा मुद्रा. चिकित्सा मुद्रा भी 101 तरह की हैं फॉर वेरियस एलिमेंट्स, और हम इन 5 दिनों में करीब 50 मुद्रा सीखेंगे. इन 50 मुद्रा को अगर इसमें से आपकी जरूरत के हिसाब से आप 3-4 रोज करो तो आप देखोगे द डिफरेंस इन योर हेल्थ, इन योर वेलबींग, इमोशनल वेलबींग एंड स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट. सब तरफ आपको नजर आएगा एक डिफरेंस. नाउ ये हमें पता है कि द बिगेस्ट मिरेकल इज द ह्यूमन बॉडी which no scientist can replicate. उसी तरह से our 5 fingers are the perfect creation by nature. हम लोग अपने हाथ से दिन भर में how many actions we perform which are all complicated but perfect and controlled. Even scientists have proven, have done research and come to the conclusion that these hand mudras affect the brain and the lungs. Internet में बहुत research studies मिलेंगे. अपान वायु मुद्रा, which is known as Mrita Sanjeevani Mudra, helps in heart problems, and there is a research paper done and proper details given. Apart from that, एक lady dentist from Mysore. Dentists, you know, they have a lot of musculoskeletal problems because of their posture. तो उन्होंने सब कुछ ट्राई किया. लास्ट में उनकी दादी के कहने पे she tried hand mudras and she has given a review paper which is available on the internet कि उनको उसी से benefit हुआ. So today we call mudra and we call yoga and meditation and marmakriya and reiki as alternate therapy. I would say these are natural therapy. This tells us that the body has its own healing abilities. The body can cure itself. जब ये नहीं होता तब हम जाते हैं for medicines, injection, homeopathy, allopathy. But we should be convinced that the body has its own ability to heal and हम किसी भी तरीके से इसे heal कर सकते हैं. Now, ये 5 fingers जो हमारे हैं, these 5 fingers constantly say we are emitting electric currents. Even right now when you are sitting, you may not realize it, but it's happening. Constantly energy is flowing within us and we are also transmitting it out. So vital energy is transmitted in our body through it enters through the Brahmarandri, enters the body and is transmitted through 72,000 nadis. ये आप लोग सब builders है, we all know about it. Mudras, as I said, can be performed by yourself. You don't need someone else to do it for you, even when you're not well. And we need it when we are not well. So basically, this is something, you know, योग शायद आप बीमार हो तो ना कर सके, meditation आप कर सकते हो, रेकी किसी हालत में आप कर सकते हो, नहीं कर सकते हो, मुद्रा आप खुद कर सकते हो at any time. Now, I will explain a little. I'll just share the screen. Yeah. तो ये तो हो ही गया है. Yeah. So objectives, this is something very, you know, Kanchan, I also just realized today is Earth Day.
Right. Today's Earth Day,
And
and we are
today we are
going
going to
to.
talk about the Earth, Prithvi Tattva.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So this is the objectives. Today we will first have to, even though it is going to be more of practicals and more about mudras, but ek bar you have to be convinced that mudras work. You must understand the benefits, how it works, its guidelines, a little about the 5 elements, and then we start with the mudras. So today our focus is on Prithvi Tattva, and coincidentally today is Earth Day. Second day, we'll talk about the Jala Mudras, Agni Mudras, we'll talk about Mano Mudras, Arogya Mudras. We have pain relief mudras along with Vayu Mudras and Akasha Tattva with Chikitsa Mudras. Now, this is what I wanted to show, how mudras and brain are connected. As you can see over here, the brain has 2 hemispheres. Each part of the brain is connected to a particular organ. So when we hold a particular mudra, that particular organ is energized. What happens is कि जब भी हम कोई मुद्रा hold करते हैं, the first neural impulses are generated in the brain. Now, it creates a loop or a circuit, and energy keeps traveling back and forth in that loop. Now, we will not be able to remember, and we do not have to remember कि किस part of the brain कौन से organ को connect करता है. This is just to give you an idea that this is what it is. Then we have mudras to connect the brain, that part of the brain, so that the organ we want to be energized will be energized. This is just to give you an idea about that and nothing else. So here what happens is the body we know is only an instrument, and it functions based on what the mind tells us. अगर हम एक glass उठाना चाहते हैं, so the mind has told you that you want to drink water and you have to lift the glass. The body by itself cannot do anything because the mind has given instructions, it has gone to lift. Now, you would also know, just to convince you, आपने ये भी देखा होगा कि suppose you are talking to someone and your mind has gone elsewhere and you've stretched your hand to lift the glass, you make a mistake also. It can fall down because your mind is not there. So it's basically the mind that is directing the body to act. And that we call mindlessness. She was not mindful, so the glass fell down. Absent-minded, what we call in general terms. So what happens is the communication between the body and the mind is through the central nervous system. Our central nervous system includes the spinal cord and the brain. Now, what do mudras do? Mudras, body, mind, and brain, they stimulate the body, mind, and brain to manipulate the pranic flow. ये मेडिटेशन के थ्रू भी होता है और मर्म साइंस में भी होता है कि you can direct the energy wherever you want. Meditation, of course, requires a lot of practice. Mudras are a simpler way of doing it. You manipulate the energy or the pranic flow wherever you want. That is why we have different mudras. These fingers in different positions are called mudras and they create miracles, truly miracles. Now, what happens is the more you hold the mudras, the energetic charge in that loop is built up और ब्रेन में जो पोर्शन अनयूज था वो यूज होने लगता है. Gradually over a period of time, जितना आप practice करोगे, वो energetic charge keeps on building and the dormant portion becomes active in the brain. And initially you may not get, especially for major illnesses, you may not get overnight results. Because पहले purging has to take place. Negative energy, all the emotions will be released, and then you experience positive charge, and then transformation happens. But there are certain things like, for ear, you have Shunya Mudra. which immediately you can feel a difference. Your earache has stopped. Iska to I have experienced many times during flights. My ears get blocked. So what I do is, since I learned all this, I started holding the mudra, when the pilot announces that in 10 minutes we'll start descent. I hold this mudra. So pehle my ear used to be blocked for 3 days. Now, the moment, you come down and take your luggage and you're out of the terminal building, my ears are clear. And I also experienced the other way. Last December, it was a very short flight, and I forgot to hold this mudra, and I suffered for 3 days. So I'm absolutely convinced that it works. Even for, sudden deafness or aging deafness or for earaches, this is miraculous. So is Apana Mudra for UTI. It works miraculously. But for everything, it may not work so fast. It takes time, but it works. I'll give you lots of examples over these 5 days of people who have done with me and experienced and come back to me. I'll give you those examples. So now I'll talk briefly about the guidelines, how we need to perform the mudras. Yeah. So what is the time? Now, the time to hold mudra is generally, we prefer the Brahma Muhurta, but I know that's not possible in these days. So whatever is convenient, but don't make it too late into the night, because I have experienced that you don't sleep because your energy charge is built up. So avoid doing it after 8 o'clock unless it's an emergency. Now, the duration is that most mudras will give you instant benefit, and you can experience a change in the elements in 45 minutes. Some people who do not have any major illness and want to hold the mudras for general health maintenance, 10 minutes of specific 5-6 mudras are enough to keep you healthy. Therapeutic mudras, generally 30 to 45 minutes. That's the duration you should hold it for. Now, there are certain mudras which should not be done in peak summers, and especially not, between 12 to 4 or 10 to 4, because that's when the sun is the highest. And these two mudras generate a lot of heat. I'll be telling you which are those. Mudras in general generate heat, so you must drink water before and after mudras. Place. The place ideally is anywhere, it should be the same place every day, preferably, and sit facing east or north. However, since today people do not have that sort of, discipline, they cannot maintain that discipline. You people are even doing it while walking and talking or being driven while they are traveling. But the best benefits are if you can sit quietly and experience the changes in you. Clothing should be loose and comfortable. If clothing is very tight, pranic flow is affected. Posture, wash your hands before your mudras. Take it as a spiritual discipline. Best is to sit in Padmasana, Sukhasana or Vajrasana. अगर आप चेयर पे बैठते हो, keep a cushion or asana under your feet. Do not directly touch the floor. And mudras should be generally performed with both hands. Today, if you all want to just experience, all of you can just hold your hands in Jnana Mudra. The index, the position, the mudra is with your palms facing upwards, kept on your knees, unless specified in a particular mudra. For camera, I may be showing you like this, but it's always kept like this. तो अभी अगर आप लोग एक हाथ से, if you're making notes, it's fine. If both your hands are free, sit in Jnana Mudra and listen to it.
Can you show it in the full screen, ma'am? By removing the presentation.
Pardon?
The mudra. Can you just show the mudra once again by removing the presentation?
Jnana Mudra, the thumb and the index finger. Light touch. Should not be a big press. If there are big nails, it will hinder. And the other three fingers should be touching each other, not spread like this. Like this, both your hands on your palms. Okay. While it is not necessary, if you keep your eyes closed when you're holding the mudras, especially for therapeutic purposes, it will give you very quick benefits and you'll experience the energy moving in your body, in your fingers, everywhere. You'll experience the change. Then do some breathing before you start your mudras. And for some mudras, if you synchronize it with breathing, you get faster results. आप अगर आंखें बंद करके चुपचाप बैठ के मुद्रा करोगे तो यू कैन एक्सपीरियंस इट. नहीं तो बेनिफिट तो अपना चल ही रहा है, लेकिन आप टीवी देखते समय, चलते समय, वॉक करते समय कर रहे हो, काम वो कर रहा है अपना, but it is much faster if you can sit peacefully. This is the way it is. Fingers not spread. Fingers सब एक दूसरे को touch because you're losing energy like this. So it should be kept together. Okay. Now, how many of you are familiar with hand mudras? How many of you attended the first session in September? Just type Y if you are familiar with hand mudras. Okay, so some are. So whoever is familiar, please tell me which all our 5 fingers, you know, the 5 fingers represent one element each. Which finger represents the water element or jala tattva? कोई बता सकते हैं? Yes. You all have answered correctly, and I will give you an idea how to remember it, because it's very important for you to remember which finger represents which element. This is what all of us have used in school when we want to be excused from the class. So you'll not forget that this represents Jala Tattva. Before I show you the slide on Panchabhutas, I want to first talk about this, then we move on to the slide. So this everyone should remember is the little finger is representing the Jala Tattva, water element. Okay. Now, which finger do you raise when you get very angry and when you want to scold someone? Yes. So why do we do this? What does this represent? Index finger. Gussa. Gussa क्यों आता है? When there is aggression inside. Vayu Tattva is high. So you should try to connect like this. This finger represents Vayu Tattva, air element. Okay. Now, when you are in agreement with someone, when you like something, which finger do you bring up? Can anyone tell me? When you're in agreement, you don't bring in the middle finger. Thumb, correct. Thumb. So you are on fire. It's right. So this is the fire element. Just making it easy for you all to remember it. Because these 5 you have to remember to be able to do your mudras well. Then you'll be able to even know which mudra you should do or even form your own mudras. Correct. Now we come to what this middle finger, the biggest finger, represents the space element or Akasha Tattva. Okay. And the ring finger represents earth element, Prithvi Tattva, what we are going to talk about today on this Earth Day. Now I will show you about the slide on Panchabhutas and what Panchabhutas mean. Yeah. So you see, Panchabhutas are what we have just spoken about. The Agni Tattva, Vayu Tattva, Akasha Tattva, Prithvi Tattva, and Jala Tattva. These are the 5 gross elements that the universe is made of. And these are the 5 elements of which everything in this world, including the human body, is composed of. It may be in different proportions in different objects or different species, like animals and plants may have different composition. In the human body, 72% is comprised of Jala Tattva. The importance of Jala Tattva in the human body is 72%. And 4% minimum is the Agni Tattva, और सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम अग्नि तत्व से ही होता है. अग्नि तत्व इज इन द मणिपुर चक्र, एंड वही एक है जो मैक्सिमम पीपल हैव प्रॉब्लम विद दैट एलिमेंट, although it is the least, having the least percentage in the body. And then we have Vayu Tattva and Space Tattva 6% each, and Prithvi Tattva is 12%. Now, according to Garbha Upanishad, the human body is comprised of these 5 elements, and they are related to our 5 sense organs. And ये सब जो एलिमेंट्स हैं ये पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गन से कनेक्टेड है. दैट मीन्स इनका इन्फ्लुएंस हमारे शरीर में जो भी डिजीजेस एंड डिफिकल्टीज आते हैं, दैट्स व्हेन देयर इज एन इम्बैलेंस इन दिस proportion. They should be in this proportion, and when it is not in this proportion, we experience diseases and difficulties in the human body. But these should not be mistaken for the gross earth or gross water that we see around us. In our body, these are pranic vibrations. And this is what we try to change, the pranic vibrations. Now, we can balance these tattvas. How do we balance these tattvas? I will show you just now. जैसे कि हमारे बॉडी में अगर सपोज बहुत ज्यादा वाटर रिटेंशन है, एंड ये हमारा जल तत्व एलिमेंट को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, तो वी नीड टू रिड्यूस द वाटर एलिमेंट. सो व्हाट डू वी डू? वी सप्रेस दैट एलिमेंट टू रिड्यूस वाटर. This is the way we suppress. We press that thumb, that particular finger or that element to reduce the water element in the body. Suppose you have dehydration in summers. We need to increase the water content. So we raise the tattva. This is how we raise it. We place the thumb at the base of that particular finger to increase the element. Or we balance it by touching it lightly. So to balance, we touch the two. The thumb is always on fire. The thumb is what activates all the other elements. And thumb is used for whether it's increase, decrease, or in balancing. So to balance, we touch the tip of the respective finger with the thumb. To reduce, we press that element with the thumb. And to increase, we keep the thumb at the base of the concerned finger or the element. Okay. Now, having said all this, we will now move on to, as we said, there are 5 elements. And today we are talking of the Prithvi Tattva. Prithvi means nourishment. We get nourishment from Prithvi. All our food comes from the Prithvi only. So Prithvi Tattva is what gives structure to our bones, to our muscles, ligaments, and it is also responsible for nourishment, obesity, undernourishment, and stability, groundedness, security. This is related to our Mooladhara Chakra and Apana Prana. It's also responsible for excretion. अगर daily proper elimination from the body नहीं होता है, then what we are doing is that, the earth element is not refreshed every day. It starts, smelling. So we need to have proper elimination. What we call mala has to be cleared every day. Now, we also know food should not be in the stomach for more than 8 to 12 hours. So, Prithvi, the ring finger, Prithvi element, has a very major role. And today we shall look at mudras connected to Prithvi Tattva, which are very, very important for the human body. So, first we have what we saw was the balancing effect. This is known as Prithvi Mudra. Touching your ring finger to the thumb is the Prithvi Mudra, as you can see here on the screen. This is lightly touching the finger. What does it do? It cools the body and reduces the fire. So it helps overcome acidity and ulcers. It helps overcome undernourishment, chronic fatigue, light fever, nasal disorders, because it is also connected to iska tanmatra is smell, sense of smell. So nasal disorders also included in this. I have experience, like I'm used to having afternoon nap. So there are days when one has to go out. And so if I go out and I don't have my afternoon nap, I cannot work in the evening. So I started practicing that as soon as I come back, I hold the Prithvi Mudra for about 15-20 minutes and I'm refreshed. This mudra helps, if you do it for 10 minutes before your food, it helps in better nourishment absorption. It is good for low bone density. After a fracture, it helps to heal the bone, joining of the bone faster. It's good for brittle nails, hair growth, helps strengthen limbs after paralysis. And emotionally, one develops endurance and patience. It's very good for rashes and dry skin. So this is Prithvi Mudra. Then we have Aditi Mudra, where we are raising the element. Especially good for people who are underweight. And this requires at least 50 minutes of practice, people who want to put on weight. Sneezing, it's excellent. I was sitting at a gathering and one lady was constantly sneezing. I didn't give any name. I just asked her to keep her hands like this. She said, my sneezing will stop. I said, you try it, please. And for 10 minutes, I was observing. She didn't sneeze at all. But I didn't want to ask. So some neighbor said, look, she's not sneezed for the last 10 minutes. And it works, truly works. It's good for yawning. Suppose आप किसी gathering में बैठे हैं, so you keep yawning. It's, when you're attending a lecture or something, it looks very odd. Hold this mudra, you'll stop yawning. It removes toxins from the body. Some people को होता habit, कि early morning में बहुत sneeze करते हैं. तो आप उस समय इसको hold करिए. Over a period of time, you will come out of it. Then again, connected to the Prithvi Tattva, we are suppressing the Prithvi element. This is called Surya Mudra. Here what we are doing is we are increasing the earth element. Increasing the fire element because we are suppressing the earth element. This is associated with a vision. One person postponed his cataract operation for many years just by keeping this mudra in position. Now, because our fire element is high, it regulates the fire of digestion, appetite, sleep and thirst, regulates body temperature and metabolism. Very good for weight loss. Good for cholesterol. People who want to lose weight can do this. But please remember, since the fire is increased, it may increase acidity. So if you have acidity, first cure acidity, then think of losing weight. It's good for high cholesterol. And when body temperature is very low, you can do this. It's very effective. Then we have just two more mudras for today. Apana mudra. The two middle fingers touching the thumb, the little and the index finger are apart. Now, what does this mudra do? Yeah, the previous Surya mudra is very good for tuberculosis and purifies blood. Should not be done in peak summers and should not be done by very weak people. The Surya mudra, because it generates a lot of heat. Apana mudra. Apana mudra is mainly, as we said, apana prana is at the bottom in the Muladhara chakra. It's meant for excretion, elimination of toxins and elimination of waste from the body. So this is very good if you do it immediately after food. Excellent. And helps in constipation and gastritis. It has a calming and a relaxing effect. Effective for UTI or any other urinary problems. And diabetes, if it is a recent episode, it will help. But if it's a very old chronic, it may not, but it can help you to manage. It will not cure you. And it also helps expel negative thoughts. Anything that is negative in the body, in the system, इससे हम निकाल सकते हैं. Yeah, one very important, proven. I had told a lady about this, that it helps hikers when you're climbing hills or climbing up steps. If you do it 10 minutes before that, it's very, very helpful. Now, hikers, they hold this and climb up, hike up mountains. This lady, she was in Manchester at that time. So she would go for an uphill walk every evening. And that day after the class also, she went up and I had explained about this. So she was so overwhelmed. The next day she came back and said that she held this and walked up and she was not breathless at all. And she was in her late 60s at that time. And she didn't feel breathless. So this is excellent for walking uphill or walking up the stairs. Hold this mudra and walk up. Or hold it 10 minutes before. Another major advantage of this mudra is for pregnant women. They should hold it in the last month of their pregnancy, not before that. This aids natural, normal delivery. Because you see, this is for elimination, expulsion. So it should not be held in advance, only from the 9th month. And it will help in normal delivery. This is an excellent mudra. Every day you can do without any restrictions or the number of minutes or anything. Then we have the last mudra for today is the prana mudra. Here we are holding the Jala Tattva and the Prithvi Tattva touching the thumb. Again, as I said, all finger position, hand positions are with your palm facing upwards, resting on your knees or thighs. This mudra is a support to all other mudras. It is an Arogya mudra, जिसको कोई problem नहीं है. और अगर कोई therapy mudras कर रहे हैं, 3-4 mudras, at the end of the day, you must do this for 10 minutes. It's like a vitamin with all your other medicines. So this supports, when you've done 3-4 mudras, end of the day, yes, both the fingers together and these two are touching, yes. The little finger and the ring finger. This has many other benefits. It increases strength and immunity, helps in any vitamin deficiency. During fasts, it can, protect you from hunger or thirst if you hold this mudra, because it's giving you vital energy. So instead of going for a movie as it used to be in our days, कि fast किया है तो करवा चौथ है तो movie देखने जाओ, आप ये देख लो, you won't feel hungry. It helps reduce muscle cramps, muscle catch, and mental tension, irritability, jealousy. I'm giving you all the physical, mental, and emotional benefits, because after this comes the spiritual benefits. And it gives you courage, one-pointedness. There are certain mudras you can do every day without any restrictions. And those with kapha constitution, it is very good because it is made up of water and earth element. So these are brought in balance. Just we have three doshas, no? Kapha, pitta, vata. So if you have kapha dosha, if you hold this, it will bring that in balance. Because here we are balancing water and earth. Yeah. So, Kanchan, we can take up questions now.
Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, can we do a quick recap? Some people are asking on the YouTube that some things are not clear. तो हिंदी में मैं थोड़ा सा बताना चाहता हूँ मैम ने जो भी बताया इन 2-3 मिनट्स। तो पहले चीज, हमारे 5 हाथों में 5 तत्व है, ये तो बताया मैम ने। अलग अलग तत्व, अलग अलग चीजों, अलग अलग फिंगर्स जो भी है वो अलग अलग एलिमेंट्स को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। तो अगर हमें कोई तत्व को बढ़ाना है तो करेक्ट मी व्हेन आई गो रॉन्ग मैम, ओके। तो अगर कोई तत्व को बढ़ाना है तो उस तत्व के नीचे हमें फिंगर रख देंगे तो वो तत्व को हम बढ़ा सकते हैं। या अगर कोई तत्व को कम करना है तो हम उसको नीचे कर लेंगे तो फिर वी कैन लोअर इट, ओके। अगर आपको बैलेंस करना है तो यू कैन जस्ट टच टू द थंब एंड यू कैन बैलेंस इट, ओके। तो 5 उंगलियां 5 तत्वों को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। वन इज द फायर, दिस इज द वाटर, देन अदर 3 फिंगर्स आर 3 एलिमेंट्स, वन इज दिस इज द स्पेस, ओके। तो इसलिए बैलेंसिंग के लिए क्या करना है, हमें टच करना है। लोअर करना है, कोई एलिमेंट ज्यादा बड़ा हुआ है तो कम करना है तो हमें मोड़ देना है इसको ऐसे, और अगर बढ़ाना है तो हमें नीचे टच करना है, ठीक है। इट्स अ सिंपल वे टू आइडेंटिफाई द थिंग्स। एंड देन फिर बाद में अगर पृथ्वी तत्व को हमें, इफ यू वांट टू बैलेंस द पृथ्वी तत्व, फिर बाद में अलग अलग मुद्रास बताए, जिसमें पहला पृथ्वी मुद्रा है जिसमें हम वी आर होल्डिंग द मिडल फिंगर लाइक दिस।
यस, रिंग फिंगर, रिंग फिंगर।
रिंग फिंगर, सो रिंग फिंगर को ऐसे होल्ड करना है। तो देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन, हाउ मच टाइम वी शुड होल्ड इट?
It depends on ailment. If it is sneezing, whenever it stops, you can stop it. But if you have a consistent कि early morning sneezing होता है, उसको अगर eliminate करना है तो कम से कम 1 महीना करो, तो वो फिर जड़ से निकल जाएगा। And do it for 15-20 minutes every day.
हाँ, तो 15 से 20 मिनट तक आपको रोज ये करना है। फिर बाद में अदिति मुद्रा के बारे में बताया, जिसमें वी हैव टू होल्ड लाइक दिस, ऐसे।
That is for 30 to 50 minutes if अगर weight increase करना है।
हाँ, तो अगर आपको मोटा होना है तो आज एक ये चीज लेके जाओ आप क्लास से कि भाई ऐसे करते हुए हमें रखना है, ओके। एंड यू कैन सिट कंफर्टेबली व्हाइल डूइंग इट, ओके। फिर बाद में सूर्य मुद्रा, हमारे इस तरीके से हमें हाथ करके सूर्य
वेट
मुद्रा,
लूज करना है।
हाँ, सो एक है ऐसे करेंगे तो वेट बढ़ जाएगा, ऐसे करेंगे तो वेट लूज हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो आप कोई भी एक चूज कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन डू इट फॉर योरसेल्फ। सूर्य मुद्रा जो है इट इज हमारे शरीर में हीट को बढ़ाने का काम करता है, तो इसलिए वी शुड बी केयरफुल कि हम समर सीजन में उसको ज्यादा उपयोग में नहीं लाए। फिर बाद में इंटरेस्टिंग अपान मुद्रा के बारे में बताया, सो वी हैव टू होल्ड लाइक दिस। हाँ, इस तरीके से हमने जो बीच वाले 2 उंगलियां है थंब से कनेक्ट कर देंगे, तो दिस इज द अपान मुद्रा। इसके कौन 2 बेनिफिट कोई भी बताएंगे मैम, जो भी बेनिफिट्स
इसके
है?
बेनिफिट्स कई हैं। एक तो है कि इट्स डाउनवर्ड फ्लोइंग प्राणा, सो एलिमिनेशन के लिए, Elimination of toxins, elimination of waste, elimination of negative thoughts, anything to be eliminated, this is very good. It helps
Yes, so
in
yes.
constipation, gastritis,
सो
hiking.
साफ सफाई अभियान के लिए ये बहुत काम की चीज है, ठीक है. सो इट विल हेल्प यू आउट फॉर दैट. एंड देन प्राण मुद्रा इज फॉर बैलेंसिंग द prana in our body. Can you just tell again the revise the two three benefits of this pran mudra?
प्राण मुद्रा का है विटामिन डेफिशिएंसी. इसमें दिस वाटर एंड फायर पृथ्वी आर बैलेंस्ड, सो कफ दोष इसमें रिकवर हो जाता है. We get the balance of kapha dosha, and it is very good, good for lungs, and as a vitamin for all other mudras. After doing all your other mudras, do this at night for 10 minutes.
एसिडिटी के लिए कौन सी मुद्रा करना चाहिए मैम?
किसके लिए?
एसिडिटी, फॉर द एसिडिटी.
एसिडिटी के लिए आएगा बहुत मुद्रास, मतलब पर्टिकुलरली एक दो मुद्रास हैं, बट फॉर नाउ अपान मुद्रा इज गुड. बट बिफोर दैट आई वांट टू टेल सम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि डू नॉट होल्ड लाइक दिस. जो हम लोग देखते हैं वो मॉडल्स है ना, वो ऐसे होल्ड करते हैं. ऐसे में योर टिप्स आर नॉट टचिंग. योर टिप शुड टच, इट शुड बी राउंडेड. योर फिंगर शुड बी लाइक अ मुद्रा, rounded, and do not press it hard, then energy is restricted, energy cannot flow. Very light touch. And third is that और एक क्या पॉइंट बता रही थी मैं, it should not be like this, it should be touching very lightly. And big nails, if you have big nails you will not be able to touch the tips.
हाँ, तो नाखून काटने के बाद ही आप मुद्रा प्रैक्टिस करें. हाँ, नहीं तो फिर वो नेल हो जाएगा, हम एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड ही कर पाएंगे. दैट्स इट वी कैन डू.
For constipation, you can do Apana Mudra after dinner immediately, or you can do it early morning, or you can do both the times. No problems on this Apana Mudra, no restrictions.
यस, अपान मुद्रा आप कभी भी कर सकते हैं, आफ्टर डिनर भी कर सकते हैं इसको. एनी स्पेसिफिक टाइम फॉर डूइंग दिस मुद्रा, लाइक मॉर्निंग, इवनिंग, नाइट? कब ज्यादा इफेक्टिव होगा मैम?
नहीं, वो फूड के बाद तो अपान मुद्रा इज वेरी गुड. उससे गैसेस जो होते हैं वो एलिमिनेट हो जाएंगे. एंड अर्ली मॉर्निंग करो तो फिर इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर क्लियरिंग योर स्टमक ऑल्सो. अपान मुद्रा, नो रेस्ट्रिक्शंस. ओनली थिंग इज आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस दैट इफ यू डू इट लेट इनटू द नाइट, यू डोंट गेट स्लीप बिकॉज द बॉडी गेट्स चार्ज्ड. एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ जाता है ना, तो स्लीप बिकम्स अ प्रॉब्लम. Surya Mudra, somebody is asked, it is like this. You press the Prithvi Tattva. Then the fire element goes up, earth element reduces. It will be very easy to remember the techniques. Once you know what your problem is, you will remember it.
Yeah, there is a question. I have more calcium in my blood. So please suggest which mudra I should do.
More calcium. And you need to suppress the earth element.
तो अर्थ एलिमेंट सप्रेस करने वाली मुद्रा आप पृथ्वी मुद्रा आप कर सकते हैं. So we will be sharing the PDF along with the recording to our regular users, the members. You will get that. For diabetes, कौन सी मुद्रा करना चाहिए मैम?
Apana Mudra for maintenance, but for very जो chronic बहुत सालों का है उसमें क्योर तो नहीं होगा, मैनेज हो जाएगा. And if it's a recent one, you can come out of it with this Apana Mudra. Then if it's for therapy, do it for longer periods, not just for 10 minutes. Do it for half an hour twice a day.
Yeah. How do we know that which tattva is in balance?
That you will know your body. कि हमें क्या चीज की, मतलब कई लोग ऐसे जो सुबह उठ के डिसाइड करते हैं, टुडे व्हाट डज माय बॉडी नीड. वन लेडी फ्रॉम यूके, शी हैज डन द कोर्स विद मी ट्वाइस, and she says, I get up in the morning and I decide what does my body need, and then she holds the mudra accordingly. So you have to be first thorough with the elements, and this is very easy to remember. Then you know, मतलब कि आज कमजोरी लग रही है तो आज हमें एनर्जी चाहिए, तो पृथ्वी तत्व इंक्रीज करते हैं.
Yeah, someone is asking what mudra used for the painful middle finger? It is happening in both the hands nowadays.
That must be arthritis, so we'll come to that. day after when we do Vayu Tattva.
Any mudra for improving the eye health?
Eye health, Surya Mudra.
Surya Mudra will help that. Okay.
Surya Mudra followed by Prana Mudra.
Yes, for reducing the cholesterol, which
Cholesterol
mudra we
is
should have?
Surya Mudra. Surya Mudra.
Surya
With Prana
Mudra.
Mudra. Yes, you can do all the mudras. No, you should not do all the mudras in balancing position. बिकॉज कभी कभी हम लोग गलती करते हैं कि हम लोग एक ही दिन में एक तत्व को बढ़ा भी देते हैं और रिड्यूस भी कर देते हैं, तो बॉडी कंफ्यूज हो जाता है. एंड इफ यू वांट टू इंक्रीज एवरीथिंग, व्हाई डू यू वांट टू इंक्रीज? वायु तो कोई नहीं इंक्रीज करना चाहेगा. Vayu is something which everyone already has in excess. Nobody wants to increase Vayu.
Yeah, there are so many disease related questions like thyroid के लिए क्या करना है, allergies के लिए क्या करना है, varicose veins के लिए क्या करना है, skin
in the next 4 days.
So don't worry. Now just consider how we can hold the position for particular element and how we can do it for ourselves. So that can be a learning for today. Any book for reference, ma'am?
See, there are lots of books available on Amazon, but my experience has been कि कोई एक particular book आपको सब information नहीं देता. कोई कुछ देगा, कोई कुछ देगा. You know, they hold on to it. So I will give PDF with disease and mudra at the end.
Yeah, so you will get the disease and mudra PDF. Are we doing some practices also, mudra practice in coming days, like along with the session?
We have some homework also, no?
Yeah, so you can do that practice. It will come in your particular group. If you are paid member, the member of Abil, definitely you will get the recording and the PDF and along with the homework. Okay, so you can do it. So for me, the lesson for the today's class is to balance our tattvas and check that how we can do a little finger movement for ourselves for balancing the tattva along with the prithvi element for ourselves. There are a few more questions if you allow me to take. Anything for improving the sleep issue?
Yes, there are mudras for insomnia. There is a Nidra Mudra if you want to try. Right hand, this is not in my curriculum for these 5 days. I'm showing out of that. The left hand is held like this, and the right hand in Jnana Mudra, you place at the center of your left palm.
All of us can do it, okay? So just to check, all of us can do it. आज अच्छी नींद आएगी हम सभी, ठीक है? तो हाथ को ऐसे रखेंगे. हाँ, yes sir.
I'm showing it high, but it's kept at your chest level. And hold it for 10 minutes before you lie down. And it won't be कि आज की आज ही आ जाए. आपको अगर रेगुलर इंसोम्निया है तो आज के आज एक दिन में उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, but over a period of time 4-5 days में आपको आदत पड़ जाएगी. But then you'll start sleeping well.
Thumb and index finger is touching, right?
Yeah, Jnana Mudra.
Jnana Mudra, and it should be at the center of the palm like this.
Yeah. Held at the chest level.
And we should take a normal breath in it.
Normal, yeah. And close your eyes and sort of, because when you're going to sleep, you won't do anything else. So just remain focused.
While lying down, we should do it, or we should
lying
sit
down
for some time and
position. बैठ के करो better.
बैठ के सोना पड़ेगा. Okay.
बैठ के नहीं सोना पड़ेगा, बैठ के नींद आ जाएगी. आप लाइक करोगे तो पोजीशन नहीं आएगा. अगर आ जाए नींद पोजीशन तो इट्स फाइन.
So we have to make the position like this, and we have to take normal breath. साधारण सांसें हमें लेना है, and 5-7 minutes we should do it.
Yeah, 10 minutes max. You'll feel
10 minutes max, so we can do it, and after that, रात को भी आप try कर सकते हैं. So tonight the homework is like this, and along with that there are, you will get to know that which mudra can be utilized for which specific issue, 2-3 issues, and you can try that as per your convenience. Okay, and then share your feedback tomorrow with ma'am and with me, and see you tomorrow then. कल मिलते हैं.
Namrata has a question. Yes, Namrata.
Just type in the chat box. We'll help you out for that. So she
You're on
wrote over
mute.
there.
You're on mute.
Can you please tell once again the time to hold the mudra? That's what she is asking.
Oh, which
How
mudra?
much time we should hold the mudra? So every mudra has a different time slot, right? We cannot specify it, right, ma'am?
No.
We cannot specify.
We can. If it is a Arogya Mudra, like, Prana Mudra or Apana Mudra and all, that 10 minutes. But if you're doing it for a therapy, like अगर आपको gastritis या constipation के लिए कर रहे हो, then you have to hold it for long, 30 minutes to 50 minutes. You can break it. It does not have to be at, at a stretch 50 minutes. You can break into 15, 15, 15 like that. Twice a day, you can hold it.
Yeah. Can 5-year-old do this mudra?
Yes, my grandson, 5-year-old. That time he was 4.5. Today he's 5.5. He had a concert and he got fever the day he woke up, and he had been practicing and he was very disappointed. I was in Calcutta, he in Mumbai. I told his mother to hold Linga Mudra and take him. Throughout the journey from home to the school, he was sitting in Linga Mudra and he overcame that, his fever and all that. So 5-year-old, they may not sit and hold it. So in that case, if there is a problem they have, you tie a tape when they're sleeping at night. But there's no problem at all that they can hold or not hold.
Yeah, someone is saying I'm not able to sit very long on the floor. So can they do by sitting on sofa or
anything? Walking, sofa, anything, but पैर के नीचे कुछ रहना चाहिए. Feet should not directly touch the floor. Dr. Poonam has a question. एक दिन में कितने मुद्रा कर सकते हैं आप? एक दिन में अगर थेरेपी के लिए कर रहे हैं तो not more than 3 to 4, followed by prana mudra. If you are doing arogya mudras, you can do all the 5-6 mudras, 10 minutes each day. We will be teaching arogya mudra after 1 or 2 days.
So you can type in the chat if you have any questions. And I can take
के लिए jala mudra है और भी बहुत है. I cured my herpes only with jala mudra. I mean, my doctor was surprised that I did not get pain. Herpes is supposed to be very painful. So I used to hold this for 30 minutes twice a day. And there was no pain, even for herpes. Very good for any skin-related problems.
Yes. Yeah. So, we are discovering the discovering the mudras for therapeutic approach to it. Okay. So, ma'am will be showing you so many mudras to you in these 5 days. Just pick the mudra for your own benefit, that what is the problem I am struggling with and how I can get benefit by doing a particular mudra. So your attention should be कि मेरे प्रॉब्लम के लिए कौन सा मुद्रा वो बता रहे हैं, and that I am going to practice. Getting? So your attention should be like this to analyze and then pick the mudras for yourself. So ma'am will be sharing so many mudras. 50 mudras she will be showing you in 5 days. Okay, so this can be little fast for you and you could not identify which mudra. So for that you should put more attention, and then we can do a quick recap, and you can just revise through the recording also. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for day 1. And we can practice this.
Yes.
One mudra
Someone wants
tonight.
this to be shown again. It's keeping your left hand flat, right hand in Jnana Mudra at the center of your palm, held at the chest level.
Only the left hand, like right hand should be like this, and left hand we are making the position.
No, right hand is this, Jnana Mudra. Yeah.
Okay. So left hand is down like this, and with the right hand we are making the Gyan Mudra for better sleep. Okay, and you can try this tonight, and tomorrow you can share the experience with us. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. See you tomorrow, same time, 8:30 p.m. You can join for Mudra for the another element. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah? Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.